guys, it's me. Everybody needs to here to come and share with you guys a couple things. I feel like, you know, a lot of people have been coming to me like, yeah, my kids love your Motivational Monday videos. You're such an inspiration, like, you know, for being pure and holy and loving God and blah, blah, blah. And you should get back to those Motivational Mondays and preaching and all of that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I'm really having a hard time over here with keeping my sanity for my own life, and I don't know if I'm able to pull myself up enough to do a Motivational Monday video or anything like that, because I feel like I've been struggling a lot, and I feel like I wanted to do a video to open up to you guys, to let you guys know how I've been feeling, what I've been doing, and kind of share with you guys what I've been learning along the way. So it's still kind of Motivational Monday, but it's really like, okay, this is where I am, and this is what I'm learning along the way. Hopefully you get something out of it, okay? So that's what this video is about. This is vulnerability, okay? So right now is like such a difficult time for me. I just got married. It's all twisted, okay? So there you go. So just got married. I've been married for 16 days. Yeah, I've been married for 16 days, and I love being a wife, and I love my husband, and I love the time that we have together, and the love that we share. Really love it. 2 weeks before my wedding, maybe 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks before my wedding, I had to leave my job. When I got hired, they asked, well, you need any time off between April and October? I said, yes. I'm getting married. I'll have, you know, I'm gonna have a honeymoon. They said, well, how much time you need off? And I was like, well, about a week. They were like, yeah, okay. And so they hired me. So I assumed, okay, they wrote because when I said that, she wrote it down. So I'm like, okay, she wrote it down. So that means that it's probably already in the system. So like 2 weeks before the wedding, I went to go put my hours in on a Friday. I put my hours in. They're like, well, we don't know, like, I don't know what to tell you. So then they had a big meeting with the SBU manager, the ops manager, my trainer, her boss, and then the people who interviewed me. And so, you know, they're all just like, you know, Then I went home for the weekend, did whatever I had to do. I think it's my fitting, my last fitting for my dress. I came back, the dress fit fine. Monday morning, I'm doing my tasks, everybody's acting normal. I get an email. The temp agency called me ASAP. And I'm like, okay. So, call her. And she's like, well, you did this, you should have did this, you should have asked me this, you should have done that. And I'm like, wait 1 minute, excuse me, I just want to let you know that my phone's about to die, and if it hangs up, I don't want you to think I'm being disrespectful. She's like, stop interrupting me, you don't be disrespectful to me. And I'm just like, sorry, I just want to let you know that my phone died. You know, like, if my phone died, I didn't do it on purpose, like, I'm sorry. I was like, okay. And so she hung up with me, and so she's like, well, you need to let me know, get a decision by the end of the day. So I go over to, because the ops manager and my trainer are talking. I go over there to talk to them, and I said, well, I spoke with Terry. She told me, you know, that I need to give her a decision by the end of the day. What do you think I should do? Like, is there any way you guys can work with me? She was like, well, if you guys, you know, if you decide that you're not going to stay, then we're not going to train you any longer, because I was like 2 weeks away from finishing the training program, and it's a 6-month training program. I passed all my tests. I never failed one test. I got like hundreds. I did really good, and I'm just thinking, I worked this hard, and the whole time it was hard for me because we were reading 8 hours on the computer screen every day, and I'm visually impaired, so I'll be having to bend over. I was having neck problems, back problems, pain in my eyes. It was really hard working there for me. And so I'm thinking, I did all this work, I come down to the end, I finished my last test. That Friday, I think, and that Monday we were moving into our permanent desks. And we were going to work there just on the phone, listening, observing for 2 weeks, and then we're going to transfer to the floor. And so I'm thinking, okay, could I just finish? Because the day before my wedding, which was Friday, was the day that the training program finished. And I already got that Friday off. So I'm thinking, could I just finish, you know, could I just finish the training so I get my certificate? So if I, you know, find another job in the field, at least I have my certificate. And they're like, no, you're going to leave. We're not going to train you another day, another hour, another minute. And I felt like I was pushing the corner, so I just left. So that was really hard. So I'm looking for jobs, and then I'm just like, you know what? I have to go home the next weekend for my bachelorette party, I believe, or something else. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go home until the wedding. And then my husband, my fiance was at the time, was like, no, we have to practice our dance, we have to get stuff together, you need to come back home, blah blah blah. And so I went home for about a week. Cried on mom's arms, trying to figure everything out. And during that week, I felt like I was totally on a trust journey with God, because I I applied for like 100 jobs during that week, and I got people calling me for interviews, and those different jobs, and I was like, nope, that's not it, that's not it. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, there were moments where I was just like, I need a job now. And if they want to hire me, I don't know. He's like, no, this time you're not settling. Because when I moved here to Evansville and I got my job, I said, it was March, and I said, when Ryan, because we had our engagement party March 28th, and I said, because he had to come to Chicago for an engagement party, and I said, when Ryan comes for our engagement party, I want to go back to Evansville with him. I came to Evansville for a whole week. In the end of February, beginning of March, I applied for jobs, went to interviews, all that stuff. And I said, when he goes back, I'm going back. And the first job that I was offered, I took. And I came to Evansville, got the apartment, blah, 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 all this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with it, but God kept on telling me, you're not going to just settle. You're not just going to take the first thing that comes to you, because I gave you this opportunity for a reason. I want you to take the last 2 weeks before your wedding and enjoy it. Plan it, because I was miserable. I was like, I was tired when I got home from work. I didn't want to do anything for the wedding. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I just was tired and irritated and hated my job, basically. And so I was just not a happy person, like, planning my wedding. And so I really felt like God gave me the opportunity to just be free, just to enjoy, be carefree. My mom took care of me while I was at home, but every time I had a job interview, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go, schedule time, everything. And God was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. I'm just like, are you serious? Like, this is a job interview. Like, I'm supposed to take it. And it took everything in me to trust him, to just not do it and go home. And it was a really hard decision. But I did it because I felt like, you know, it made everything so much better. I was able to be more hands-on in the wedding planning. I was able to spend time with my friends. I was able to process with my mom. I was just such a happier person when it came to, you know, the planning of my wedding in the last few weeks, and, you know, just getting stuff done and going places. I just felt like I was so happy, and it was so good to be home like the week before the wedding, because I could go anywhere, do anything. Living in Evansville, I can't go nowhere without my husband, because I don't drive and they don't have, their bus system is sucky. And but it was so good being home for that week, because I can go anywhere. I can go downtown, I can do this, I can go that. You know, it was just really, really good being home. And I'm so glad that I trusted God and didn't just like schedule the whole week interviews, because I was like, okay, that's a good job, okay, I'll take that. And he's like, no, that's not it, you need to go home. And I'm so grateful. And so sometimes, you know, it may seem unconventional, you know, what God is telling you, but it's always best to trust him and listen to what he's saying. So I really, really learned a lot through that experience. So then when it came to around time for the wedding, I was like freaking out. Like, I was having breakdowns. Like, I was like, I don't want to forget anything. Like, my biggest fear was forgetting something. Like, and the crazy thing was, our money was so tight. Like, we were gonna have to take money out of our wishing well to pay our vendors for our wedding. Like, that was my worst nightmare. And my husband was, my fiance at the time, he was like, well, I gotta pay that, and that's gonna come out of my account. And I'm just like, well, what are we gonna do about this? We gotta pay this person $1,000, this person $500. And I was just like freaking out. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Like, this is what we have. God, I'm giving this to you, and something amazing happened. So I think it was like Wednesday. Yeah, we left Chicago on Wednesday. So it was the Wednesday before the wedding, which is like the 14th or something like that. So it was Wednesday before the wedding. We are driving home from Evansville to Chicago, and we stopped at the Pilot gas station. And my husband has been looking at this Camel bag for a long time, and I really wanted to get it for him, but I was like, babe, I don't know how we're gonna pay for this stuff for our wedding. Like, I'm thinking we're gonna have to get stuff out the wishing well to pay. And so then so I'm like, how can I pay who it is? How can I pay the photographer? Blah, 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 blah. And so then I go to check my bank account to see if I can afford it. And that's like $400 in there. I'm like, where did this come from? And I asked my mom to give me money to help me pay something, and I was gonna pay her back for it. I called her. I'm like, Mom, did you put $400 in my account? And she was like, no, I only put $150. And I'm like, okay. And I spent that already. So where did this money come from? And so we cannot figure out where the money came from. I had a miracle of $400. That was exactly what I needed. I had to pay $50 or something else for gifts for people for the rehearsal dinner, and then I had to pay $350 for the holy dancer. So I had $400. I have no idea where it came from. I looked at my deposit. I looked at my statement. I looked everywhere. There was no $400 deposit. I have no idea where the money came from. No idea. I believe that it was a miracle from God. I just like praised God. Like, it was a miracle, because I'm like, I felt like that would be so embarrassing to have to dig into my wishing wheel, like, okay, how am I gonna do this? You know, like, we gotta pay this person. And then, you know, I was just like so amazed by God. So that's another one. Now I have one more to tell you. So it's after the wedding is over, everything's over. This is me, my mom, Roberta, and Ryan, my husband. We're all in there counting money, doing everything, okay. And so we get down to it and we're like, oh my gosh, we only have like $2,700 because we're thinking we're gonna have $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, maybe $10,000. And our hotel for our honeymoon was $1,600. So we're only gonna have $1,000 left to pay rent, pay our bills, and we're gonna have like $200 for our honeymoon. I'm like, what the heck? Like, we don't have no money for a rent, we don't have no money for a hotel. I was so upset. Everybody's like, oh, I got you on PayPal. I got you. And I'm just like, I don't trust you, I don't believe you, because people have been telling me since August, like, I won't be able to come to the wedding, so I got you on PayPal. And none of it came through. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So that day, my mom was like, okay, because she paid for our flights on her credit card, and it was like $2,000, I think. And so we're like, okay, how the heck are we gonna do this? So she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna surprise you, and I was gonna tell you this later because I didn't want you to spend the money, but you don't have to worry about paying me back for the flight. And we're like breaking down, like, oh my God, like, what in the world? Like, it was amazing. And God had told her to do it specifically. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I'll just do it for you guys. Like, God told her specifically to do it. And he gave her the exact amount of money so that she could pay for it. And so it wasn't like she was worrying about the money or we were worrying about the money. God provided it. Sorry, my camera cut off. But then we got to Hawaii. We got checked into our hotel. So we were having car issues. So something went on my husband's card and we couldn't get the car. So we're all frustrated and my mom keeps calling. She's like, okay, what's your hotel? What's the name of your hotel? Where you guys staying at? And I'm just like, Mom, I'll text you later. Like, we're just trying to figure out this car stuff. Like, it's just stressful. Like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you right now. I'm just like stressed out. And so she's like, okay. And so we're in the car, we're in the Uber, and Ryan's like, I'll just text her. Okay, so he texts her. And so we like get to our hotel room and we checked in a couple hours later. She calls us because she's like, she's like, did they say anything when you checked in? And I was like, no, they didn't say anything to us. We had $100 deposit and, you know, that was about it. And she was like, oh, what, they didn't tell you that I paid for your hotel? And we, like, we freaking lost it. Like, we like, oh my God, thank you, Lord. Ryan is, like, he cries sometimes, but like I've never seen him cry that hard. Like he just broke, like he broke. And so we both were like crying and like praising God, and it's like awesome. And we're like, thank you so much. She's like, yeah. I'm like, this girl ain't called me. And she's like, this is what she's saying. This girl ain't called me yet. They must not have told her. And so she's like, yeah, I had them run my card and I paid for it. I'm like, oh my God. Because like I said, we only got like $2,700, something like that for our wishing wheel. And our hotel was $1,600, so we would only have like $1,100 left, and we had to pay rent and all this other stuff. And so that was like a big burden off of us. So we were like so happy. We were praising God, thanking God, and that was just so amazing. And so we had a really good honeymoon. The next day we figured out the stuff with the car, and then after that, I think it was like a Thursday, I got a text from like my godmom. She's like my godmom. I know her my whole life. She's really helped me. Her family has like adopted me. Her name is Monty. I call her Monty for the video's sake. And like she texted me. She's like, yeah, you know, I got a hotel for you guys to stay in on Monday night because we're gonna stay in Chicago. We're gonna stay at my parents' house. And she's like, yeah, it's the Hotel Thompson. It's really swanky, really nice. You'll love it. So we got home, went to her house. She gave Ryan, because she like is a distributor for J. Hilburn. So she gave Ryan like 3 like J. Hilburn like really like $300 coats, like really nice coats. Then she like blessed us to stay at the hotel. We walked in that hotel and we like our mouths like dropped, like like that hotel was so beautiful. Like the whole bathroom was like half the size of this room. Like from all the way over there to like all the way over there. That shower was huge. Like it was so huge. It was beautiful. There was like a couch. We had a city view on the 21st floor, and it was like so amazing. And the next morning I woke up and I got my hubby some breakfast, and I was just like reading my Bible and worshiping and thanking God for His faithfulness, and just like having me to trust Him, because you know for like throughout the whole time, I was depending on my job. I was depending on man, because the whole time me and Ryan were getting our place together. We're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this much in our wishing well, so we'll just, you know, buy a coffee table later. But later, we'll buy a vacuum. We're like, we still don't vacuum. Like, we'll buy a vacuum later because, you know, we're gonna just get our wishing well money. People are gonna bless us. Like, we just know that, you know. But that's not what happened. So, you know, we were totally. I was dependent in my check, which is, you know, still depending on man. We were depending on that wishing well, depending on man. We were depending, you know, on trying to figure out what was going on with our hotel. And God just blew our socks off. So the moral of the story is to trust God and not in man, not in paycheck, not what you think people are gonna do for you. Who's gonna be people? You never know what's going on with their situation or whatever. But like, this moral of the story is just to trust God no matter what. And so we went to the Hotel Thompson, and then she texted me in the morning. She's like, hey, I got some sweaters for Ryan. You know, you guys can come over later. So we went to her house, and he got like, bless the socks off. He got like Italian custom-made shirts and pants and like cashmere sweaters, and like, we have been praying. That was gonna be my Christmas gift to him. I was just gonna take him on a shopping spree to Express because he didn't really want to up his style. Like, because my husband is very laid back. Like, he wears t-shirts and shorts and his Hawaiian shoes, and he's cool. But, you know, I believe that God's gonna call us to the level of ministry and, you know, doing other stuff like that. And he just wants to kind of up his look. And so we were just praying that God would provide. And he got like over $800 worth of designer like clothes, and God just blessed his socks off. And we just prayed and asked God, and just God opened the door. We had no idea. I hadn't talked to Monty in years. I just happened to see her on the street. I didn't even know. I didn't have her number. I didn't even know if she was gonna be able to make it to the wedding. I just happened to see her a week before the wedding and tell her about the wedding, and she was like, I'll be there. She was there. So yeah, so I mean, the moral of the story is no matter what you're going through, you know, sometimes life goes like this, but no matter what you're going through, just cling on to God and trust Him, because no matter what goes around, He'll never let you down. And yeah, just trust in Him. So that's the moral of the story. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my job. I feel like if it was up to me, I would be a YouTuber. Like, I would like totally be a YouTuber full time, and I would be awesome. And yeah, so I would be, you know, that would just be amazing. And you know, I don't know, but I just got I got hired at the JCPenney job. So I have orientation this week, so pray for me about that. Then they'll hire me on for seasonal at the Sephora, and then, you know, maybe in January they'll hire me on full time. So, I mean, it's a journey. It's only part-time, so, I mean, I really don't know what God has for me, but again, I'm just trusting Him because He always blows my mind. And it's kind of difficult because I'm in a totally different situation. Because when I was in missions, I always believed God. I always had faith. You know, there'll be $4,000 and $5,000 that I would need to go on a mission trip, and God would provide it overnight. You know, and so my faith was so stretched in that area, but I'm like, okay, I'm not doing nothing right now. So the enemy will try to attack me and say, you're not doing nothing for God, so He's not gonna do nothing for you. But His love is not conditional. It's not like, oh, you know, you just fed 5,000 kids, so I'm gonna do this for you. No, He does it not because of my works, not because of what I do, because He loves me, and He's my Father, He's my provider. And so I just really feel like a lot of people have this whole works gospel thing, but it's not about works, you know, and that's something that I've been struggling with and really trying to learn through. You know, okay, God is to provide for me, even though I'm not a missionary, even though I'm not on the mission field right now. It's just so weird, you know, like, I feel like all my life I wanted to be a missionary, and I did it. And I feel like, what do I do now, you know? And I know that there's something greater. I have a really, really big vision, but it's kind of hard to see it right now, you know? So I feel like I'm just trusting God for the day-to-day. I feel like that's where I am. That's my journey right now, just trusting God to get through each day, each week, each moment, each month, you know? Because I feel like the dream and the vision that I have right now, it seems like it's years and years and years away, but the little things that happen day by day builds up to that big thing, you know? So I just really want to encourage you guys through my story and through my journey. And yeah, if you guys like videos like this where I'm just telling stories and being vulnerable and sharing with you guys what I learned along the way, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love ya. Bye. Mwah.